Who wants to see my new fake mineral? Now, full context, we are in the process of writing our next book, and our next book is, surprise, surprise, about fake minerals. Now, I have publicized the fact that I am writing this book, or we are writing this book, should I say, because this is certainly not just me writing it. I'm writing it in collaboration with someone who is very much an expert in fake minerals. We are writing this because we very much think that this book should exist. Now, I did publicize the fact that we were working on this project, and somebody decided to send this to me today, and I'm very glad that they did. It turned up from Germany, and it came with an adjoining accompanying letter, and I'll read you some of it. I'm not going to give you the gentleman's full name, one, for the purpose of concealing his identity, because I don't know how comfortable he is with that, and two, because I'm not sure I can pronounce his surname. But Frank, I think that's not giving too much information away, said, "I've been following your page for some time now and greatly appreciate your work, especially your commitment to educating people about fake minerals. I recently read that you are working on a book about this topic, and I think this is a good and important project to be working on, which I would like to support with a small donation, aka this. Now, I purchased this supposed apophyllite flower in 2020 from a seemingly reputable dealer in Tucson for $100 at the beginning of my current new, very active collecting phase, when I was probably still a little bit naive about the whole thing. A specialist in Indian minerals then pointed out to me that it was fake and made from individual crystals that had been glued together. There is more, but I am digressing. So this is apophyllite. So apophyllite is a phyllosilicate mineral, and it is a green variety. It comes in lots of different color iterations, usually clear. This is the green, which is generally the more marketable variety. People generally like the green varieties of apophyllite, and it's resting on Stilbite, which is basically a zeolite mineral. Now, apophyllite is a material which is very often subjected to funny business, and in fact, you see this with zeolite suppliers, usually from countries like India. Now, this is not to disparage Indian sellers more broadly, because there are some genuinely good, authentic, legitimate Indian sellers out there. However, this is something that we do see a lot with zeolite minerals, whether they're oiling them or gluing them or repairing them or taking pieces from one specimen and gluing it to another specimen, or in some situations with materials like this, which is cavensite, which is a calcium vanadium silicate mineral. In some elaborate examples, what they're actually doing is they're taking cavensite specimens, removing the cavensite, and then going to the length of actually screwing in the cavensite into the larger specimen to make it look like it's worth more money than it actually is. Now, on this specimen here, you can basically see how this has been glued. And this is a very good reason as to why you should always carry a UV light with you. Now, the reason for that is essentially because when you shine a UV light on there, you can see all of the glue, where this flower has essentially been assembled. And it's been assembled because if this was natural, this would have cost, I assure you, profoundly more than $100, because pieces like this, when they are natural, do go for thousands of dollars in some situations. But this, as you can hopefully see, especially here, is where you can see the adhesive that they've used to take individual apophyllite crystals, which in and of themselves, in sort of when they're on their own, are not overly expensive. They're not super expensive. But when you glue them together in an elaborate flower like this as part of a more elaborate specimen, you get something that you can charge, at least in this situation, $100 for. And that is probably not okay, because spending this kind of money on a crystal only to realize that it has been tampered with to this extent is not something that any collector should have to deal with. So when it comes to collecting minerals, make sure you're always carrying a UV torch around with you. There are varieties of glue which sadly do not come up under UV torch or are not as visible under UV torch. But for the most part, the kind of adhesive that they're using will fluoresce or show up under an ultraviolet light. So if you're going to a show, or if you're buying something that you suspect might have been glued, make sure that you actually check, because otherwise you'll get caught out.